if I told you the most powerful manifestation tool is a blank wall with some sticky notes? I thought I'd talk about that today in this video. My name is Samantha, and this is video 62 of 365, and I'm doing a video every day for a full year to get over my fear of public speaking and social anxiety, and I also do one-on-one therapy. So this is just kind of my my side passion to get my messages out there to whoever they're meant to get to. So today I have a plan, but kind of not a plan. So bear with me today. I had something really hit my heart, so I thought I would just give this to you guys. So I mentioned in a couple videos ago, the movie War Room, and I ended up watching it again. It had been about 10 years since I had seen it, and it just really hit my heart. The other day, I saw a license plate that literally read War Room, and I was like, man, I really need to watch that movie again because a client and I had just talked about it the previous week. So I took it as a synchronicity that I should probably watch it again, and I've always loved that movie. Something about prayer has always been really magical for me. Just simply writing something down. When I was younger, I was into like spells, and of course my channel is called Life Spells. It's not the witchy type of stuff that I used to be interested in Wicca, and I was interested in everything when I was 15. Who wasn't? So, but I always loved reading these books with different intentions in them and different prayers. I just thought it was so magical. And so I watched the movie, and I took some notes, actually, from the woman that was, helping the other, the lady that was the wife in the movie. And it just really humbled me, and I wanted to pass this information on just to see what you guys think about it. And I may do a few parts to this, but it talks about how to create basically a war room, and it's your prayer closet, just in a closet, literally. I used to sit in my closet when I was younger all the time, and then when I was an adult and married, I would do my homework in the closet because it was too loud in the rest of the house. So I would be in the closet where it was quiet. And then I just kept doing that. And then War Room came out, and they were, praying in their closets. And I was like, wow, I kind of already did that, but I wasn't praying necessarily. So, but there's something magical about a small space where it's just yours. And the women in the movie, they had basically blank walls with different notes on the walls, different prayers. So, we can create a brand new identity through prayer. We can call prayer intentions. We can call them whatever we want to call them, really. It's your beliefs, your belief system, whatever you want to call it. But a prayer is basically, I think, a manifestation. It turns into a manifestation, a physical manifestation of something. And manifesting is actually in the Bible. So that's a whole other video, but I want to kind of keep it on this war room theme for today. But the woman in the video, she's really angry at her husband. Now, who is not angry at someone in their life? Someone is really pulling at your strings, trying to get your goat, as Esther Hicks says, trying to get your goat. Pushing your buttons. Esther would always say, don't put your button out there to be pushed, and then nobody will push it. And I was like, oh, that's so true. So I feel like we all deserve grace. And so it starts with ourselves. If we are judging someone else, we're actually judging ourselves as well. So this whole thing turned into me thinking about self-concept, really. And because in the movie, the main older lady in the movie, she has the younger lady that she is helping. She told her to write down all the things, all the wrongs that her husband had done. And she was like, I'll never stop writing. And she's like, just write the highlights, just the highlights. And she wrote like 3 pages of them. And basically saying that in light of all these wrongs, God still loves your husband. And so I just want you to think about that in whatever terms you want to, in whatever you believe, that we all deserve grace. And so I think it would be really good for all of us to write down the hurts that someone has basically done to you. And then also things that you are holding on to guilt about. Guilt, resentment for yourself and for others. Kind of get it out on some paper. I think would really help. Then you can kind of see what you got going on there. And you'll probably notice that some of the things are similar on both lists about yourself and about the other person. We're just looking in the mirror. It's like, especially if it's a partner or someone close to you, I think it's time that we start giving ourselves grace, to where whenever we give ourselves grace, it's a lot easier to give others grace, because we are not perfect either. No one is perfect. We're all flawed and fantastic at the same time. We're all of it. And so it really kind of, these types of movies and prayer in general, and just, being humbled. I think we all need to be humbled sometimes, to be reminded that we need to give ourselves as much grace as we possibly can. And that kind of takes us off this little high horse we might be on that we're addicted to. And again, it goes back to being addicted to our feelings, being addicted to our thoughts and our emotions and everything. And not noticing that we're even doing that. We're just, basically there's cracks in our foundation, especially in a marriage. There's cracks in all of our relationships. And each day that goes by, the cracks just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And we don't ever fill them in. And so they just keep getting bigger and bigger until a relationship ends, or until we've got so much bitterness and resentment inside of us that we're just carrying that throughout the day, every day. So I really, really encourage and suggest to look within and say, where am I holding bitterness, resentment, judgment, guilt, just any of those low vibration feelings? Remember, those are low vibration feelings that you're putting those glasses on every day. You're putting on the glasses of guilt every day. And you're living your life like that. And so that's something that you could put down on your list. I feel guilty because I did this, or I feel guilty because I did that, or I feel guilty because I'm judging people, or whatever the case is. Write that stuff down. Get real with your paper. Nobody will see it. Rip it up, tear it up, flush it down the toilet, whatever you need to do. Burn it, throw it in the trash can, whatever you need to do. And bless it, because it's showing you what you need to change about your self-concept, which will help you manifest. It's amazing. Create your war room. Create a little closet or a little area of a room, a little something on the wall, whatever you want to call it. Just stand there and you can pray and set your intentions. Set your intentions for the day. Set your intentions for other people. Set your intentions for, hey, help me, to remember who I am. Maybe write on the wall, like, hey, remember who you are. You're powerful. And you're creating your life. How do we want to design this today? How do we want to design the people around us? How do we want to feel around people around us? How do we want others to feel around us? And create your war room. Your war room is like the inner room inside of your head, too. There's that inner room in between your ears. Go there and connect with your heart. Your heart actually gives off more energy than your brain does. It's so powerful. When we connect to the heart, we have everything. When you go back to love, if you're in the energy of love, you can no longer feel the guilt that you've been carrying or the resentment that you've been carrying. You can't feel it anymore. It basically dissolves. And so let's see. You need to ask yourself, do you deserve grace? And the answer is yes. But do you believe you deserve grace? Because if you don't believe you deserve grace and you can't give you grace, then it's going to be very hard to give others grace, which is going to take a very big toll on your relationships. And it goes back to self-concept. What do I believe about myself? What do I assume about myself? Law of assumption. What am I assuming about myself? I'm assuming that I don't deserve grace or I don't deserve forgiveness from myself. I'm bringing you guys back to yourself always, because that's where your power is. And then it like dominoes out onto all your relationships. Any issues you're having, it just dominoes right out. And so I can't ask for forgiveness while refusing to forgive others. That came from the movie. What is stealing your joy? And what is stealing your faith? What is stealing that? Is it the resentment and guilt you're holding on to? Probably. Is it what you're noticing in your reality that's bringing you down? It's stealing your joy. Remember, that's old news. That's already manifested physically. It's already manifested. It was created before, in the past. The past self created that. So what's the new self going to create today in your war room, your war wall, whatever you want to call it? War wall, war room, war closet. You can call it anything you want. Let's see. Yeah, your inner room. What are your needs and your requests that you want? What are they? What are your needs? A lot of people don't know what their needs are. A lot of people don't know what their wants are. And what would your requests be for maybe other people? Kind of tie yourself in with the other people too. You know, how can I see this person differently than how I'm seeing them today? And how can I see myself? Always bring it to do it with both. How can I see this person differently? If you're having a problem with somebody and it's just tearing you up, how can I see them differently? And it might start with seeing yourself differently. How can I see myself differently? What's one thing that I could change today that I've been holding on to that I could possibly let go of? What am I willing to let go of? What am I so afraid would happen if I did let go of this? Is it uncomfortable? Am I stuck in a comfort zone? Does it feel uncomfortable to get out of that? What is it? What am I fearful of? Why can I not just let this go and create the new me? Remember the two lives. You got your old self and you got your new self over here that's really wanting to connect with you. And we're stuck over here in this old life. We got to go to this new, beautiful 2.0 you era. And it's waiting for you. It's just a few seconds away. It's a state change away. And you can decide to do that at any time. Take your time and listen. Just be still and listen. See if you hear anything or receive thoughts. Start creating, like I have on my wall, create knowings with no evidence. What do you know? What do you know? What are you convicted about? Or what do you want to be convicted about? What do you want to know about yourself? Maybe you don't know it yet, but maybe you could start believing it. Start knowing it a little bit. The brain requires repetition. So it doesn't know whether you believe something or not. It's just going to be programmed by what you feed it, like your mental diet. So what are you feeding it repetitively? And you can do that and it'll create anything. It'll start to change your state just by doing that. There are so many techniques. But really, number one technique is just creating a knowing with no evidence. That's really what it is. You become this new person. You just decide. So you kind of deny what's going on. You do accept it, but you deny the feelings. You kind of pull those feelings out and you say, yeah, I accept this for how it is. And then I'm going to take my feelings over here to my vision. This is who I am now. This is who I'm deciding to be now. And what do I intend for myself? What do I intend for others? Just to kind of play around with it a little bit, have fun with it. We're creating a good foundation. That's what we want to create, is a good foundation. We might want to rip up the old foundation instead of filling in the cracks. We might want to just rip it all up, pour new concrete down, and start fresh. Build your building fresh. Build your house fresh from the fresh concrete you just poured. And then you can build your life, design your life from there. And while you're doing that, you're building yourself. You're building yourself this entire time. That's all we're doing here. We're developing, we're shaping and molding ourselves. And let's see, what was one more thing? Yeah, I think that something else to ask yourself is, and they said in the movie, the woman was like, this house is under new management now. And I wrote, your mind is under new management. Tell yourself that. My mind is under new management now. There's a new manager that took over. So what's the manager saying? What's the old manager saying? Oh, I got to hold on to this grief and this resentment and this guilt and this anger and this bitterness towards these people that have hurt me. I'm holding on to that. What if I could let go of that? The new manager is saying, we get to let go of that. We're starting fresh. We're pouring new concrete today. We can't have those old feelings with us. We're pouring the new concrete. There's no room for those feelings anymore. Yeah, I think that this is a slower video today. Sorry, guys. It just really hit me today. It was very emotional. It really got me, and that's why I wanted to just share this, because this is just me being a real person. Videos in the future, I'm going to learn how to do them a little more properly and more structured. But today I was like, this is more me just kind of spreading love around and trying to show you that you don't have to hold on anymore to that nasty, toxic, belief system that you've been holding on to about yourself and about others. And because it's really causing toxicity in your body. A toxic mind will create a toxic body. And we don't want that. We want health and happiness and wellness. And so create a war room. I feel compelled to tell you that. Create a war room. It's in between your ears. It's in your mind already. You've got the inner war room up there. But if you want like a physical place to go, man, go ahead and do that. Create a little area in your closet or your whole closet. The woman the women, I guess, in the movie cleared out a whole closet and just without distraction. I thought it was a great representation of kind of what I've been talking about is like remove your distractions. What are the things that are keeping you from feeling good? Get rid of that crap. What can you do today to feel better so you can manifest what you want? So you can create the life that you want. So you can heal your relationships. So you can heal yourself, heal your marriage, heal your relationships with everyone. Nothing is more important than our relationships. I truly do believe that. And the number one relationship is with you, and you've got to heal that. And if you're just struggling to do that, start your little war room. Write a prayer for yourself. Maybe if you're just so stuck and struggling, first of all, if you say you're stuck and struggling, then you will feel that. So it's like just first acknowledge, I feel stuck and struggling. I feel that way. Yes, I accept it. Okay, what's my next step? Okay, Samantha said to create a war room. All right, let's do this. Let's just do this. Let's write on a sticky note, put it on the wall, something, anything. Pray for someone, pray for yourself, set an intention for yourself. Write down an affirmation, something today that will, or tomorrow. It's late night when I post these. I may start posting them in the afternoon. I may switch the times. But I just feel compelled to talk about War Room today again. I really think it's a really cool movie to get you in touch with your heart again and how important it is to, like in the movie, she said to write down all of his wrongs. And then the wife thought that the woman was going to read the list, and she's like, I'm not going to read it. She's just like, you needed to get that all out and look at it. And how many things could you probably write about yourself that are just as wrong? Probably twice that you believe right now about yourself. And we all deserve grace. So if you give grace to you, you can give grace to others too. And it will change your life exponentially when you're doing this, because you'll start to connect with you, which you're the source of everything. You're connecting with infinite intelligence at that point. You're connected to love. You're connected to appreciation. What are your blessings in your life that you see? What are the things you can appreciate? It's always, for me, it's eyes to see, ear, 5 senses, be able to walk. I can do anything I want whenever I want. There's abundance everywhere. Abundance is literally everywhere. Freedom, just love everywhere. Love is all around you. You are love. You are joy. And when you remember that, get back to that instead of being stressed, because that stress is a distraction. It's distracting us from connecting with our true selves. And so create your war room. Remember, go into your mind. That's where the war room really is. And you can have the physical representation to remind you every day. We've got to have reminders every day. Another thing I will say is get off YouTube. I love that you're watching my videos, and I want people to hear the message, and then I want you to get off of it and go into your world and start getting happy. Get off of social media. Detox yourself. There's so much, all of this is programming us so much. And I want you guys to be programmed by the good stuff and then take it out of, into your world and create. We've got to stop consuming and we've got to start creating. And I hope that my videos can help you start to do that and give you some good ideas. I may come back to War Room. We may do a little series. I don't know. But this was just totally off my head. This was not organized. This is video 62, I think I said. 2 months ago today, I posted my first actual video. Been doing this 2 months. So we've got 10 months left. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you in some way. It's Saturday night and I'm tired, so I wanted to get this video out, and I'll be back tomorrow. I hope you guys take care of yourselves and love yourselves and believe in yourselves, and figure out what kind of affirmation you want to, live off of, live from. Remember to live from the end. Decide who you want to be. Act as if you already have that and are that person. Go to sleep tonight thinking about that. Create that scene in your mind so your subconscious can grab hold of it and push it out. That's what we want. Decide who you're going to be and be that. And live like you're that right now. Decide that. And have fun with this. Have fun. All right, guys, I'll let you go, or I could ramble. So I'm going to let you go, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.